The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
And while he won't admit it because his team lost the game, he had some fun in the last one.
He threw for over 400 yards.
I mean, there's no getting around it. As a QB, yeah, okay. We lost the game, but boy, that felt good flinging it around. Now he's got to figure out how to do the exact same thing, yet turn it into a win.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Well, Charles, look, this is probably a harbinger of things to come. He's got such trust in his tight end, and they're on back-to-back plays. We're seeing that on display.
And when they have that kind of trust, they're not as worried about what the coverage is because they feel like they know each other so well. They'll make the subtle move downfield, and the ball will end up in the right spot. And by the way, partner, what's harbinger mean? Help me out.
Well, you're the one that taught me that a few years ago, so I'll have to lean on you for that. I'm just hoping it fit into the sentence correctly.
I must have got it from my word of the day calendar on my desk. I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Yeah, he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. He'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes. That was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
2nd and 6. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Calling a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that number 1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, it's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that number 1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. And I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
Now back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here, just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Well, there wasn't much of a window there, Charles. Had to deal with a couple of defenders, but able to find his big tight end.
And, partner, we know double coverage is a challenge for any player to try to defeat. But maybe it's a little easier if you're one of those big tight ends because you have a size advantage on just about anyone trying to cover you, and you use your body to create some space.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now they'll run on the draw. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown! touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Bats put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office will get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise, too.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
And now out comes Minnesota. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
2nd and 3. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down. They'll look to throw here. Looking right sideline. That's complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15.
A big play there for Minnesota. And even 60 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Touchdown! An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from evening this one up.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
Now for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Loss of a full 3 yards, and they had second down.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And able to give one man the slip there as he works his way forward for about 3. Here's a 2nd and 7. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after 1. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. He'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Bats have taken the lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
The Vikings on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's 2nd and 8. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything, as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He's thrown touchdown passes on his last 2 drives as he begins here, 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That was a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now they'll run it on the toss.
They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They're going to look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. He'll drop to throw.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
That goes for a gain of 31.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And not much running room. Down to the 32. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown.
Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
They'll go in for 2. They'll kick the point after. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 2nd and 4. And that is incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Stanley. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Boston's offense ready to go again. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down.
Looking to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. He'll look to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there.
His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bats are able to add on to their first half lead. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They'll set up a throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. From there, we head south to Texas to check on the Cowboys at home at AT&T Stadium. And it was the visiting Atlanta Falcons who come in and get the victory. 24-21, the final score. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats.
Only 2 quarters of football left in the regular season. Everybody's excited to get to the playoffs. So excited that we're just going to skip right over halftime and get back to the action. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter.
And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season, as this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
34 yards the gain that time, another 1st down.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
Now back to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Bats take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. On the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fields it right around the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's got some space here. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Second and 2. His throw incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. They bring their punter out there now as he's on here to punt it away. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They'll look to throw again. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
So another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be Hall of Famers.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered, they still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
So crisis averted, but now facing third and goal.
They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. How about that for a momentum swing? You had a goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
And out now come the Vikings.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a give up the middle. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
You know when I could tell this was going to end really badly? When he launched himself behind the line and made a beeline for the ball carrier. You get one of those tackling machines in the middle on your trail, things are normally ending pretty quickly.
Now after the loss, he'll have to navigate a 2nd and 17. It's It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Can't get away, and he's taken down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I won't wait till the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Taking it about the 16 and able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
He takes this for 3 to the 29. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Austin. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
The Vikings head out to take over once again. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
2nd and 5. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
The offense on third down tonight, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 16. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. And his kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
88 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down marker at the Vikings 36. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he stopped immediately there.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the home team here,
they get yet another victory to finish the year at 14-3 overall.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Minnesota,
they'll finish a less than stellar campaign with a mark of 6-11.
And this is a team that has a few good pieces in place, but could stand to get deeper and younger all around.